Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of Yoleno TV. I spent the better part of yesterday trying to analyze what most YouTubers and political analysts were saying, and that was in regard to Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya's move. I didn't want to do an analysis on why he's leaving or that Oparanya has left or Raila Amolo Odinga, because I found the move laughable. If anything, I think Wycliffe Oparanya needs Raila more than Raila Amolo Odinga needs Oparanya. In fact, Wycliffe Oparanya never delivered in this election. If you look at the benefits that Wycliffe Oparanya has received ever since he started a political friendship with Raila Amolo Odinga, then Wycliffe Oparanya is one of those people who are not supposed to complain at all. I think in ile kesi ya Asante Apunda ni mateke. So, Senior Counsel AHMEDNASSIR Abdullahi said it was law of the ODM deputy party leader to make such remarks about his party boss. And the remarks that Abdullahi AHMEDNASSIR is saying is that these are the remarks. I am offering myself from now to lead the unity drive of our people. I'm done with Raila Amolo Odinga, and even if he badmouths me, God forbid, he knows he will not be forgiven. That is a remark that AHMEDNASSIR is referring to. And that was what Oparanya said that made almost the whole world get shocked. Before we delve deep into the analysis of this session, because we are taking a different approach, we're not going to just discuss about, Wycliffe Oparanya, amefanya Raila Amolo Odinga amepata political blow. No. Let's first of all go to Wycliffe Oparanya's biography. We'll concentrate on the professional level. Now, so if you look at I went through the Wikipedia and found that in 2002 to 2013, Wycliffe Oparanya was the Butere MP. 2007, he vied on the same under ODM ticket. Then, remember the skirmishes of 2007-2008 that brought about the Grand Coalition government? Raila Amolo Odinga made sure that Wycliffe Oparanya was appointed into the cabinet slot of State for Planning, National Development and Vision 2030. Then in 2013, he became the governor under ODM ticket, again courtesy of ODM's wave, that is Raila Amolo Odinga's wave. In 2017, again, Wycliffe Oparanya secured his governorship amidst intense opposition from Boni Alwale's quest to also become the governor. So again, because of Raila Amolo Odinga's political wave, he secured a re-election. So in 2019, became the Council of Governors, again courtesy of ODM. So then, during this election of 2022, Raila Amolo Odinga made him the Minister for Finance in waiting, if Raila Amolo Odinga secured the presidency. So again, he was forcefully made the Luya kingpin, also courtesy of Raila Amolo Odinga. So the question that I think I'd like to channel directly to Wycliffe Oparanya, now that he's making it known that he's not going to support Raila Amolo Odinga going forward, is he also going to forfeit his position as the Luya kingpin? Mind you, Raila Amolo Odinga made sure that he was appointed as the Luya's kingpin after ousting Musalia Mudavadi. So is he going to forfeit that position? That is what Oparanya has not made public. Because I think from what I see, he should also convene a press conference and said that he's going to quit his position as the Luhya kingpin. I think that would be the right thing to do, because if you're quitting support to Raila Amolo Odinga, who made you the Luhya kingpin, of course, in collaboration with Atoli, then I think you should also consider quitting that position. I personally agree that there are no permanent enemies in politics. There is a Twitter handler by the name Julius Okinda, who reminded Wycliffe Oparanya that he said, and by that he was referring to a Twitter post that Wycliffe Oparanya posted, I think somewhere in 11 Feb. And this is what Oparanya said back then. If Kenya Kwanza Alliance is the only option for me, I would rather resign from politics and go home to be a farmer than joining them. That is what Wycliffe Oparanya said. That was around in February. I think that is the time he was exhibiting some watermelon kind of characters, and that is why he was forced to make that declaration. So Julius Okinda tagged that post and said, we in ODM party have Oparanya as a constant. Anybody imagining that Oparanya can come from ODM party is out of his mind. I think he was merely trying to respond to this, the political remarks that have been peddled ever since Oparanya made that declaration that he was not going to support Raila Amolo Odinga going forward. So he tagged Oparanya's Twitter post of 11th February this year and responded to it. I think it was just trying to remind Oparanya what he said back then, that he would rather go back to farming than join the team. So I personally think hii ni ile issue inaonekana kwamba ni asante ya punda ni mateke, because Oparanya haezi lalamika kitu kama yeye aseme ati Raila Amolo Odinga kumsaidia, that Raila Amolo Odinga kusaidia community yao. If yeye alikuwa ni Minister of Trade and Minister of Planning, then yeye kama minister alisaidia jamii na nini? Yeye kama governor amesaidia jamii na nini? Amepewa kingpin position, anasaidia jamii na nini? If I'm not wrong, and I made this known in my previous analysis, Musalia Mudavadi, the moment he decided to forge an alliance with UDA, that was the end of Musalia Mudavadi's political career. Musalia Mudavadi's political career would have had a good future if he had stuck to Raila Amolo Odinga, because Raila Amolo Odinga maybe would have vied for only one term and then allowed Musalia Mudavadi to vie to continue with his political agenda. Oparanya is unfair to say that Raila Amolo Odinga needs him more than he needs Raila Amolo Odinga. If you go back to 2002, whereby Musalia Mudavadi, being a Luhya leader, made a terrible political blunder by, deciding not to join Raila Amolo Odinga, of course, he became a vice president for 1 month. I think 1 month or less than 1 month. But that time, Musalia Mudavadi was thrown into political oblivion, political irrelevancy. I think Raila Amolo Odinga brought him back into political relevancy. And that is now, in 2007, he now became a deputy prime minister and I think a minister. That is the time he got political relevancy. Then in 2013, he decided to go against Raila Amolo Odinga and then was thrown into political oblivion again. Raila Amolo Odinga brought him back to his camp. That means Raila Amolo Odinga had a good agenda for Musalia Mudavadi. The only problem is that Musalia Mudavadi was not realizing it back then. I think he made a similar mistake. Now he's a prime cabinet secretary, but with no portfolio, with no duties. And I think if you look at the recent activities, I think Rigathi Gachagua is seen more than Musalia Mudavadi. So I think the reason why Musalia Mudavadi decided to take a backseat and go to Luhya to do that unity formation is because he was finding it hard to be a prime cabinet secretary who's not delivering, who can't deliver, because he just has an office but without clear roles or clear mandate. So Oparanya and this brigade of Musalia Mudavadi should not, and I think it's not right for them to go back and start crying that Raila Amolo Odinga is not a man that can be trusted. Raila Amolo Odinga gave them the political relevance they need, and it's the reason why they are now national leaders. So the remarks that Oparanya released to the public are only meaning that Oparanya is reducing himself to a regional leader, as opposed to what Raila Amolo Odinga was doing, was making him become a national leader. He's now reducing himself to a regional leader, someone who's just going to unite the Luya kingpin, the Luya leaders of the Luya community and be a regional leader, not a national leader. That is the only problem with the Oparanya. So Oparanya is basically taking that route of Musalia Mudavadi, who reduced himself to a regional leader. That is why Musalia Mudavadi cannot convene a political rally in Mombasa and have numbers that Raila Amolo Odinga can pull. So, so my concern in this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, is that leaders should not use Raila Amolo Odinga's name to gain political relevancy. I term Oparanya's move as using Raila Amolo Odinga's name to gain political relevancy. Jeremiah Kioni did the same. He used Raila Amolo Odinga to gain political relevancy. Kanini Kega, Sabine Chege, all these leaders were going to, they were being buried politically. But then they realized that for them to gain political mileage, they had to use Raila Amolo Odinga's tag to be known, to be seen nationally. So all these leaders in Kenya Kwanza have used Raila Amolo Odinga's name to gain political mileage. None of them could have survived if it were not Raila Amolo Odinga. All of them, including the president. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at Miguna's case, Miguna had to now run to, to London, because he is also facing the same problem that Oparanya is going to face: political oblivion. He was irrelevant. After the media shutdown, there was nothing that Miguna could do but to return back to London, Canada again, and then back to Canada, so that he can maybe attack Raila Amolo Odinga from that quarter. Maybe there he used to get some relevancy as opposed to him being here. Maybe there he could get some media play, but here he can't. So leaders are unfairly using Raila Amolo Odinga to gain political mileage. This is not allowed in this society. I personally concur with AHMEDNASSIR that what Oparanya has done is tantamount to being a low blow on Raila Amolo Odinga's political image. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to wind up there. But please, you can take a moment and give us your feedback in our comment section. And until we meet again, I'd like to urge any viewer who's not subscribed to Yoleno TV to kindly consider subscribing. Give us a like. You can hit the notification bell so that every time we upload such meaningful videos, you will always become the first person to get notified. Ladies and gentlemen, let me wind up there. Please stay safe, stay blessed until we meet again for another analysis.